Hi guys, welcome back to the Patti Real Estate Group YouTube channel. And this episode we're going to be talking about the stats for November 2022, but we're going to talk about the numbers and what it means for both buyers and sellers in this type of market. So throughout Metro Vancouver, year over year sales, so November 2021, sales are down 53% since this time last year and 15% since last month. Listings are down 23% since this time last year and 24% since last month. So what does this mean for being a buyer or a seller in this type of market? Well, let's start off with sellers. If you don't have to sell your home and you're in this type of a market where there's hesitation on both sides, why would you jump into this market? When you do go and sell your home, you're also going to become a buyer, and with limited inventory, you can't reasonably foresee where you're going to move. We naturally have a seasonal slowdown simply because the time of year, people are getting ready for the holidays. Real estate is the last thing on people's minds. So I have to say, one of the factors that nobody's talking about right now that is actually saving the Vancouver real estate market is the stress test. Back in 2016, the government introduced a stress test, which was essentially a financial safety net for buyers so that they could keep affordability even if interest rates started to increase over time. So what the government would do is that they would qualify you at 5.25% even though your contract rate for your mortgage was substantially lower. So now, even when you want to qualify for a mortgage, they're giving you the rate, which is about 6%, but they're qualifying you at 8%. So again, another reason why affordability is substantially lower, but another reason why people are not panic selling. So sellers are able to sit on the sidelines despite the higher interest rates. So let's talk about buyers now. Why are buyers hesitant to enter into the market? Well, first and foremost, the interest rates are substantially higher than what they were at the beginning of the year when they started out at about 0.25%. Since then, we've had 7 rate increases and now they're sitting at 4.25%. But here's that stress test again. They are qualifying them at the contract rate plus 2%. Well, people are now paying about 6% on the mortgage, so buyers have to qualify at that 7, 8, 9% range. This will substantially reduce affordability. Again, with limited inventory, you can't reasonably see where you're going to go, and on top of this, we do have a seasonal slowdown. So what we can see is their hesitation on both sides. Both parties are sitting on the sideline. But unless there's going to be a massive dump of inventory, and maybe that's coming in early 2023, I just don't see a substantial shift in the market in terms of price point. I don't see prices coming down unless that massive amount of inventory comes up. But here's the kicker, and this is what we're recommending to a lot of our buyer clients. If you can see the place that you want to get into, it's going to be good for you for the next 5+ years, and it's in the neighborhood that you want, and you can afford it today, go out and buy it. So what we're seeing in the next few years is that the government of Canada is going to steadily increase their immigration targets over the next couple years by bringing in anywhere from 430 to 500,000 people each year. What this means is that there's going to be a large increase in housing demand, both on the buying side and the rental side. Now, the government has introduced a ban on foreign buyers, and this will be a video at another time, but they will not be able to buy properties for at least 2 years unless they are a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, or a spouse is a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. So what's going to drive up is the rental market, and you do not want to be competing in that. So in a city like Vancouver, where you have limited inventory, they're simply not building homes fast enough. You have such high demand for housing on both the rental side and the resale side. Unless homeowners start putting their homes on the market, it is inevitable that homes are going to be getting more expensive with time. Looking at what this means for sellers, if you don't have to sell your home because of that interest rate or because of affordability and you can live in the home, you might want to put your plan off for 1 or 2 years until those interest rates start to decrease. Coupled with this, with the immigration that we just talked about, there are more people coming here in the next few years. And if inventory levels stay relatively where they are, or even increase a little bit, your house will be very desirable in the future, if not more desirable, because there's going to be lack of inventory, but a whole lot more buyers. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's episode about the Metro Vancouver real estate market and the stats for November 2022 and what we can foresee into 2023 and the future.